Thank you very much. I'm just waiting on notification. Boom. Okay, boom. And we are live. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to a very special edition of Off the Record on the People's Podcast this evening. We have a wonderful guest today, one who I'm very honored to have before us on our platform, who's going to give us some amazing information as well as inspiration. And that is none other than the 13-year-old phenom, the prodigy, music producer known as IQ. First of all, assalamu alaikum, sir.
Alaikum salam, sir.
This means a lot to myself, my family, and the viewing audience of the People's Podcast that you would take time out of your busy schedule to come on and let us know what life is like for you. Well, the first
yes, sir. No
question
problem.
Yes, sir. The first question that we want to know is, how did you get into music? Like, what made you get into producing?
Well, honestly, I've always loved music as a child and stuff like that. I grew up like watching Prince, Michael Jackson, James Brown, other people like that just come on. Actually, what got me into music really is I was inspired to do, what the people I watch on TV do, like Michael. And I actually started watching a guy on YouTube. I think his name was like Busy Works Beats. And so he was on a program called FL Studio, and I just wanted to, see what was on there. So I got on there, and I guess ever since then, that's what I've been doing.
Wonderful. Okay. And at 13, I just want to let everybody know who's watching that this young man is very composed, as you all can see. And man, you can already tell that you're confident in who you are. When I was in 8th grade, I don't know if I was if I was already focused on knowing what I was going to be in the future. What are some music producers who inspire you?
Right off the bat, I'm gonna say for real.
Okay.
Kanye. A little bit Quincy Jones, I guess.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I'm
Brother got range.
Yes, sir. There's a lot of other producers too. I think Michael did some stuff himself too, so I guess I could say him.
Michael Jackson. Okay, so you're a fan of Michael Jackson?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I mean, he's right behind me. You know what I mean? What are we talking about? Yes, sir. So do you just produce rap music, or do you produce other genres?
I try to go all around. I don't like to stay in one box really. So I just try to do everything, but like I haven't got to like the country and the technos. I'm not really on there right now.
Okay, yes, sir. And if people would like to first of all, my sister Miriam says Assalamu alaikum fam, and Sister Mariah says Assalamu alaikum family as well. If people want to hear work with you, want to do some collaborations and get a 13-year-old, to produce their some of their projects, how can they reach out to you?
Well, you can always hit Instagram. I have 2 accounts. One of them is business. Another one is just for, some other stuff outside of that. Also, I have an email and stuff like that. I have different type of ways you can contact me. Of course, you can get through my mom and stuff like that from management teams and stuff. But I can put the Instagram in the chat if you want me to.
Yes, sir. But some people, once we put it on YouTube, they might not be able to see. They won't be able to see the Facebook chat. So if you could just tell us verbally,
yes, sir.
That would help us out.
One of my Instagram accounts is 5417 Productions LLC, and then if you click on that, you can see my other page. I think, or really what it is, I'm being there like that, so I don't want to give you the wrong information. But I'm probably sure if you go to the 5417's one, you will be able to find the other account on there. But it's right under there.
Okay, great. And Sister Mariah wants to know, do you collab with, yes, ma'am, he does collab with other artists, but she wants to know, would you collab with poets as well?
I'm probably working my way to there.
Okay. Great. Yes, sir. Now, what do you do for fun?
Honestly, since I'm a Michael fan and stuff, sometimes like I have a folder on my computer, and it's like multiple like stems of his songs and stuff. And I just
Okay.
go on there and sometimes just listen to him or play around with him, or I watch other people just to see what they do for real. Maybe I can learn something off of it, type stuff like that.
Okay, great. Yes, sir. And I know that you grew up in the nation. What advice would you give to other young men or women on growing up in the nation and the value of the nation?
Yes, sir. Well, as of right now, I know I go to MUI as of right now. I'm a kind of new student, but I would say like don't really rush it just because people force you to go to the mosque or people like ask you to. Just take your time and really research it and look it up and just see because you don't want to join a religion and do something you don't want to do because eventually you're probably gonna leave it. So just really take the time to do the research and look what it is, and you'll eventually find it is truthful and right for you. So just take the time to look at it, and you should be able to realize that that's the true religion you should be in.
Yes, sir. And how? I mean, you were eighth grade. How did you know already? Like, what made you know?
Uh, well, I honestly been new because I was raised up in the nation as
Yes,
me.
sir.
I've never ate pork in my life, so yeah, I've been new. Yes, sir.
Okay, great.
Probably
Yes, sir.
most of my parents and stuff like that taught me.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Yes, sir. Now, I heard one of the songs you did with Issa that you produced earlier today, and it was phenomenal. And I actually
Thank you.
interviewed Brother Waleed, and he gave you a big shout out earlier about working with him and so many other artists that you work with. Um, what's the process of you coming up with beats? Do you see an artist and think and then make a beat for that artist? If you make a beat and then just like let us know, how does that work?
Well, I actually get asked this a lot, to be honest. Really, nah, it honestly depends on like how I'm feeling because sometimes I can like try to go for let's say I'm trying to go for hip hop. Sometimes I can end up hearing a different sample or a different sound and I might switch it up and go something else. So it's really about like what I'm listening to, how I'm feeling, what I find, what I'm doing at the moment. So really, um, I try to like stay out the box so I'm not so like focused on one thing. So I ain't got to be well because you can miss out on opportunities like that. So that's why I try to think about it like that. So I just really do what I feel at the moment.
Yes, sir. Amazing. Well, when we talk about producers, I have a show called Top Five on the People's Podcast. Your mother has been a panelist, and we deal with music of all genres. But you said Kanye West, GOAT level, Pharrell, GOAT level. But that kind of goes without saying. But for somebody at 13 to say Quincy Jones, I mean, who put you on the Quincy Jones, the GOAT of all GOATs? Who put you on him? Like, how do you know about Quincy Jones?
It honestly came over time of researching on Michael Jackson, really. So eventually after that, I found out like who produced his music, most of his music on the Off the Wall album, on Thriller album, stuff like that. So yeah, honestly myself, for real.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, Quincy Jones is the standard of that he gave Michael Jackson his best music, and he's I mean, man, Frank Sinatra. He did so many artists. I don't know if you ever seen a documentary on him, but they got plenty of them on YouTube or Netflix.
Netflix,
Yeah, the
I
Netflix
saw
one.
that. Yes,
Yeah,
sir. I
yeah.
saw
I
that.
mean, when I saw that, I was like, damn, okay, Quincy Jones.
Yes, sir.
Like you really that guy. All right. What advice would you give to other creatives around the country, no matter what age, as far as staying focused on creating their craft?
Well, honestly, like say you want to do a genre of hip hop, trap, whatever you do, just make sure put your best effort into it because you don't want to just have do something and then throw it out there, and then when people give you their real opinion, you get mad. So you just take your time. Some people want to do this, some people want to do that, but it's just a matter, what type of person you are, and eventually you're gonna get where you want to get. And sometimes you may be like 12 years old and you hear something that you did at 12, and now you what 15, and you say, no, that ain't that ain't what I was trying to do. So it's just a matter of time and a matter of growth, really, in your music.
Beautiful. Well, praise be to Allah. I feel like I'm interviewing somebody who's been in the music industry for like 40 years with the level of maturity and your great responses. Man, praise be to Allah. What do you want to do once you graduate from high school? Where do you want to go?
Well, of course, I'm gonna go farther with my music career, stuff like that. So probably mostly just music.
Okay, great. Is there some place that you want to live specifically?
Now, I will say Chicago is a beautiful city. So I would think about that, honestly. I would.
Okay. And Sister Mariah said, who are your top 3 dream artists to work with?
Jay-Z, Pharrell, and Kanye.
I mean, I just can't leave you 13, but these are not 13-year-old responses at all. Like this that's amazing, man. Those are your 3. I mean, those are 3 GOAT levels.
We only had 3 though, so if I had 5, I'd probably have to put Lil Baby and Drake on there too.
Okay, I mean, listen. Once again, all high level artists. What's your favorite album to listen to?
What genre of music?
Outside. Let's go pop outside of Michael Jackson, or R&B outside of Michael Jackson.
I will say you can't forget Bobby Brown, man.
Okay, what you know about Bobby Brown? Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying you can't forget Bobby Brown, man. I'm trying to think. Like, it's multiple people. I just can't think of it right now. I can't.
That's the fact that you said Bobby Brown. Like, I know my sister Naima somewhere.
Earth, Wind, and Fire too.
Earth, Wind, and Fire. Don't sleep on Earth, Wind, and Fire. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man. Sister Mariah. This is the most of the Mariah's ever commented, by the way. But she said, "Have you ever practiced your first Grammy speech, acceptance speech?"
No, sir.
No, ma'am, Sister Mariah. He's not practiced that. Huh?
No, I will eventually, but I haven't really came up with nothing.
Okay, great. And my sister Miriam says all great artists, and then my sister Naima says Bobby is the GOAT. Okay, absolutely. Well, before we go, I want to actually play one of your songs. 1 second, let me pull this up. One of your songs that you did with the artist, Issa. And where can we hear your music so people outside of me playing it can actually go to it and listen to it?
Well, also there's another artist I work with called Golden Child. His Instagram, you can find the album that he did. I produced all 5 songs on there. You can find the album that he did in his bio, but you have to buy it. So besides that, I'm still getting like my music and stuff out there. I'm still on my SoundCloud set and stuff like that. So at the moment, you would probably have to listen to it on Spotify and buy Golden Child's album.
Okay, perfect. And we're gonna make sure that we support in any way that we can, so that you can be straight. Hold on 1 second. I'm about to share this screen so people can hear a 13. And then you made this when you were 12?
11, actually.
11. Boy, that's how I'm talking about. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, hold on. Let me share this screen. Hold on 1 second. Let me share the screen. And let's make sure we all support our brother, young man, 13. I already know. Hold on. I already know what he wants to do in life. Oh, here we go. Let me share the sound. There we go. Boom. He produced. So let's see.
Jay Pusha, you crazy.
Feel like I got a vendetta, these niggas try to leave me out, I got a problem with that. Call me a genius, or call me a genie, I'm popping out, I'm stating out of the fact. Handle the business, or pull it right to the bag, and just let me handle the rest. Point guard, cause I handle the best. Shooter beside me, he making a mess. Rest of the roaches, he take you to piss. Can't lay up with birds, I ain't trying to nest. Yes, ain't no hoe ever told me no, I go, my destination be the goal. I own the rise and master to my soul. I'm gone, I'm slumming up them from. Beat another body, got another life. Cash money when I got my money right. Go to M and I gave it to the fam. Buy myself a thing, ain't really give a damn. Gave them everything, get that you who I.
Okay, before they try to flag copyright for playing it too long. All right, listen. Man, you made this beat at 11 years old.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And you just woke up and was like, let me get to the keys. But what happened? What happened?
Honestly, for that beat, honestly, it was at like, I think it was at like late at night. And I was like going for like some little baby type of beats, I think.
Mm.
I can't really put my finger on what I was doing, but I'm pretty sure I was going for Little Baby though.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. At 11 years old, man. That's amazing. Yes, sir. Okay. And once again, my sister Miriam says, "Hey, super talented. Super talented." How can we be going to your Instagram, 5417 Productions, correct?
Yes, sir.
547 LLC. Make sure we put the LLC on there. Yes, sir. And let's everybody around the nation. I'm gonna put this on YouTube. Everybody around the nation, around the world, let's support our brother IQ 13.
Sir, thank you.
Young man already know what he want to do in life and is doing it. Praise be to Allah. May Allah continue to bless you. And anytime you have any upcoming projects, the People's Podcast is yours, brother. We family. You can always come back and just let us know what you're working on.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that.
No problem. Thank you very much. Thank you everybody for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing to the People's Podcast. This is Joshua Leonard Muhammad signing off for the People's Podcast. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam, sir.